Hello everyone, I am Sightless Combat and welcome to an accessibility demo of The Last of Us Part 1. 9 years we waited for this to happen in terms of an accessible version of The Last of Us that I could play with absolutely no sight whatsoever. But now it is here and it is amazing. So I'm going to, thanks to a review code very kindly provided by Sony and Naughty Dog, walk you through the setup, and we're going to play the opening and then up to pretty much the first little combat sequence that you end up being in, and maybe slightly after that as well to show off some of the puzzle gameplay. So, without further ado, let's dive in!
The Last of Us Part I.
Continue.
Now, first thing
X button. Select. Triangle button. Reset to defaults.
First thing to be aware of is the faster text-to-speech as compared to The Last of Us Part 2, at least from what I can recall of playing the game very recently.
Screen reader on. Enables narration of on-screen text.
And there's a lot less pausing between
Left and right
hints and
directional
things,
buttons off.
so we could just straight up
Screen reader.
turn it
on.
off and
Screen
navigate.
reader, on.
Which is
Screen
good.
Text language. English.
Text
UK.
language.
Change the language of dialogue subtitles and on-screen text. This also sets the language for screen reader.
Yeah, so
Text.
Text language.
as you scroll through languages that don't have screen readers, you can hear that there's nothing there. But there are,
Text language.
you can tell there's a few,
Text language.
which is great. Let's leave it on UK.
Text language.
There we go.
Speak language.
English, US.
Change the language of spoken dialogue.
So that means we can change to a
Left and
dub.
right direct.
Turce, Ellinica, Polski, Ruski, Português, Espanhol, Deutsch, Italiano.
Français. English,
Yeah,
US.
so we have multiple dubbing options,
Left
which
and
is
right
good.
direction. Continue.
And that's all that is there on this
X
screen,
button.
so just
Select.
languages.
Triangle. Resize the markers until they fit in the corners of your screen. Up directional button. Enlarge. Down
Markers?
directional button. Shrink.
That's
X
the wrong
button.
franchise.
Continue. Circle
That
button.
remake doesn't
Back.
come out till next year. If anyone's curious, I'm alluding to Dead Space, the remake for that, which I'm very much looking forward to seeing how accessible that is when it releases. But that's beside the point. This is just a HUD sort of thing where we can... Hold on. Can we reset?
Continue.
Hang on. Oh, we can
Speak
just
lang. Continue.
back out, I guess.
Resize the markers until they fit in the corners of your screen. Up directional
And then go
button.
back in.
Enlarge.
Is
Down
there
directional button.
a...
Shrink. X button. Continue. Circle button. Back.
Okay, there is no reset to defaults, but I'm just going to leave it there because it doesn't actually speak any numbers or anything to indicate where you are in that chain of events. Right,
Continue.
continue.
Rendering mode. Performance. Adjust the resolution and frame rate. Fidelity. Favor resolution over frame rate. 4K. 30 Hz. Target 30 FPS. Performance. Balanced resolution and frame rate. Dynamic 4K.
So
or
it gives you all of this-
1440p per video output system
That gives you
settings,
all of this
60
information.
Hz, target 60 FPS.
So we're going to
HDR
leave that
locked.
alone.
Enable high dynamic brightness.
HDR
0,
would be
range,
on-
-10, 2, 10. Adjust the brightness until you are HUD brightness. 5. Range. 1, 2, 5. Adjust the overall HUD brightness.
Also, it's very bright.
Adjust lower if the HUD appears uncomfortably bright, particularly when HDR is enabled. Continue.
Well, HDR isn't enabled, so it's all brightness settings. It all
X
goes in
button.
quite a logical
Select.
order, really.
Cycle. Here are some common features you may want to adjust before playing. A comprehensive list of adjustments is available from the options menu. Continue. Subtitles.
So let's look at subtitles because
Story
these all
dialogue.
appear to be
Inlet
menus.
side. Subtitles. Story dialogue. Enables subtitles for spoken dialogue. Story dialogue. Enables subtitles for main characters. Story plus.
So you
combat
can-
dialogue. Story plus. Off.
So we don't want those off because,
Story
you know,
dialogue.
that would be terrible.
Side. Subtitles. Story dialogue. Enables subtitles for spoken dialogue. Story dialogue. Enables subtitles for main characters, important enemy dialogue, and cinematics. Combat dialogue. Enables subtitles for additional enemy dialogue while in stealth and combat.
Let's put
Story plus combat dialogue.
combat, story and
Left right
combat on.
direct size. Medium. Adjust the size of the subtitle text. Background.
So
off.
if
Enables
any
a
of you
dark
would
background
want
behind
the subtitles
to
tweaked,
names. On. Display
you
name
have
colors. Off.
the
And
ability to do
subdirection.
that.
Off. Enables a color. White. Change subtitles.
I'm not
Story
going to go
plus
through
combat
all of
dialogue.
these settings,
Enable
but
color. Here are some
there is a
audio.
lot here.
Dynamic range. Auto. Medium. Wider dynamic ranges have more volume increase between quiet and loud sounds. Narrow dynamic ranges have less.
Basically, the more jump scares you want.
Left and right directional buttons. Mono audio. Off. Combines left and right audio channels. Dynamic mono audio.
So,
Dynamic range.
yep.
Auto. Heroes accessibility.
Just those two.
Continue. Apply vision accessibility preset. Off. A full list of accessibility adjustments is available under options. Accessibility configures all the recommended settings designed for players who are blind or have low vision. This will enable settings across multiple menus, such as screen reader, cinematic descriptions, high contrast display, HUD scale, large, lock on aim.
It's good that it
auto
tells you.
target, traversal and combat audio cues, navigation and traversal assistance, ledge guard, enhanced listen mode,
So it's listing all of these.
invisibility toggle, unlimited, skip puzzle option, various adjustments in the combat accessibility menu.
I love the fact that it goes through all of those and then
Right
says
directional buttons.
various
Chain,
adjustments.
apply hearing, apply vision accessibility on,
So let's turn that on.
off, on, apply hearing accessibility preset, off, a full list of apply motor accessibility, apply vision accessibility preset,
Actually,
off.
let's turn that off and then go through and adjust it
Left and
ourselves.
right directional buttons.
Why not?
Change, on,
No.
off.
What? I want to...
Here are some.
Oh,
Continue.
That's why. Yeah, you have to back out of there. Let's continue.
Press any button.
And that's the title screen loading in.
The Last of Us. Left Behind. The Last of Us. Play the main story of The Last of Us.
So this is very rapid fire text to speech, but it is nice to have that compared to what's usually provided in games where it's very slow and unable to be changed. Although admittedly, saying that there is no option to change this,
Left options.
seemingly from what I saw in the initial menus. Let's go into
Controls.
options.
Dual set control. Dual HUD. Subtitle
Let's
display.
go
Subcut.
to HUD for the
Recollectible
moment.
Track interact prompts. On. Pick up prompts. On. Grab strike prompt. Pick up notifications. Off. Hints. Pick
Ooh,
up
what?
notifications.
Notifications?
Off. Displays a HUD notification when you pick up ammo, crafting ingredients, or other resources.
Probably a good idea if we have that on.
Left on.
Probably.
Hints. Sometimes. Tutorial messages. Locked. In weapon and ammo display.
Why they're
On.
locked, I don't
Enables
know.
Health bar. On. Enable health and weapon. On. Bow reticle style. Default. Arc throw. On. Hit markers. Default. Awareness indicators. Off. Enables
I'm just
HUD
rapidly
element.
scrolling
Warning
through
mode.
these.
Stealth. Always. Stealth.
Let's put that on stealth.
Damage indicators. On. Enables HUD weapon cross. On.
I don't know
Enables
whether
HUD
that
desktop
necessarily
weapons
affects
and
the audio, but it
reticles.
probably
Default.
might.
Collectible tracking. Off. On.
Okay, I can turn that on.
Interact prompts. Collectible tracking. On. Displays a special icon when a collectible has already been picked up in a previous playthrough.
Leave that on anyway.
Interact prompt. Pick up prompts. On. HUD. Subtitles. Display. Subtitles.
Even though for the purposes of this will be our first playthrough.
Display. Subtitle color. White. Change subtitles.
So
Story plus
subtitles
font
are all
size.
sorted
Background
out. We
subtitle
did that.
Display. Audio.
Audio.
Effects.
Oh, let's.
Option. The Last of Us. Left
Oh,
button,
whoops.
X options.
I went back too many
Audio.
menus.
Display. Subtitle. Dual accept language.
Accessibility,
Alternate
there we
controls.
go.
Magnification. Motion sickness.
So
Magnification.
it said about high
HUD background,
contrast.
HUD scale. Default. HUD background.
Where has it
translation
gone?
prompts. HUD color. HUD flash. Screen high
Well,
contrast display.
yep.
Off. Mutes environment colors and adds distinct contrast coloring to allies, enemies, items, and interactive objects. When enabled, use touchpad swipe left to toggle high contrast display. Left and right directional buttons. Change.
So-
Circle button. Back.
So it gives you all that information, but
Setting 1.
it just says
Left and
setting
right
1,
Setting 2.
setting 2.
Setting 3.
setting
set
3.
Off.
Now, if it does actually display anything
Left
on
and right
there,
directional buttons.
then it doesn't read it.
Change. Circle button.
I
Back.
mean, it's not necessarily relevant, but it's good to know, whether you've got stuff like that going on with, if you, it's good. It's always just good to know, if people say, "Oh, I want, the characters to be a certain color or whatever," then it would be good if you're a gamer without sight, being able to adjust that and say, "Oh, look, now I've got it on this color.
Off.
Does that work for you?" I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Customizability and giving players options.
Screen magnifier. Off.
Not that there
Magnifies
aren't a load of
section
options
display.
here already.
Translation prompt. HUD scale. Translation prompts. Auto. On. Enables. Triangle button. Translation prompts for in-world text. When set to auto, this feature is automatically enabled when a non-English text language is selected or if screen reader is enabled.
Interesting.
Magnification. Motion sickness. Navigation. Screen navigation and traversal. Navigation assistance. Off. On.
Turn that on because that's our camera.
Navigation assistance. On.
Our
Pressing
camera
L3
traversal from
button.
2.
This is the camera in the direction of story progression, marking the path to follow. If enhanced listen mode is also enabled, then pressing L3 button while in listen mode, hold R1 button will instead direct the player towards the most recently scanned item or enemy.
Yeah. So that
Right
actually
directional
that actually just
buttons.
tells you
Traversal assistance.
that that's a
On.
mechanic, which is
On.
good.
Ledge guard traversal assistance.
Turn
On.
traversal
Enable
assistance
simplified
on.
Traversal input. Press X button to automatically perform certain difficult jumps. Automatically climb ledges and squeeze through small gaps. Ledge guard. Off. On.
Turn that on. So if you're familiar with Part 2's options,
Left
this
and
shares a
right
lot
enhanced listen
in
mode.
common.
Off. On.
Turn that on.
Scan range 20.
Scan range.
28.
Turn that up.
30. Scan time 3.
Scan
Second.
time.
2. 1.
Turn that down.
Second.
If you want to know what
Infinite
any of these
breath.
do
Off.
feel free to
Scan
ask, and I can
infinite
put those
on.
in the comments
On.
as well.
Skip puzzle
Turn
option.
infinite breath
Off.
on.
Infinite breath. Skip puzzle option.
Skip
on.
puzzle is on
Navigation
as an option.
assistance. On. Press it. Navigation.
That's
Screen
good.
reader. Screen reader and audio. Cinematic description. Screen reader. On.
Screen
Enables
reader's on.
narration on. Cinematic descriptions. On.
Cinematic descriptions, which is the new thing.
Left and right screen. Cinematic descriptions. On. Enables descriptive audio during cinematics. This
Yep,
provides a spoken description of key visual elements in the scene.
which
Left
is
and right
fantastic.
directional
It's not to be
buttons.
understated how
Triangle
big a
button.
thing this
Reset
actually is,
defaults. Circle button.
because this is actually, you know, this is huge. The fact that this exists in a AAA game or any game is absolutely massive, because this is the first time it's really been done. You know, to this level with, you know, cinematics and stuff. Sequence Storm did have it. That's a rhythm racing game, but that was, you know, that was via TTS. This is fully voiced audio description, which is like a way better idea if it can be worked out, just for, you know, delivery, tone, etc. All of that.
Traversal audio cues. Off. On.
We want those on.
Combat audio cues. On.
Want
on.
those on.
Combat vibration cues. Off. Enables vibration cues to assist with combat. Plays a vibration cue for aiming at an enemy, landing a shot on an enemy. Left and right directional buttons. Change.
Oh,
Triangle
so it's
button.
only for
Reset
those things.
defaults.
I mean,
Circle button. Back.
I might leave those off. No.
On.
I'm going to turn it on. That'd be a fun thing to do as a challenge,
Left
though.
and speech to vibrations. Off. When enabled, spoken dialogue is also played through the DualSense wireless controller as vibrations, allowing the player to feel how the line was delivered.
Yeah, you know what?
On.
We'll give that a go.
Audio volumes. Adjust the volume levels of sound effects, dialogue, music, cinematics, and audio accessibility options.
There's an interesting
X
thing
button.
having the idea
Select.
of vibrations
Triangle button.
conveying
Reset
line
defaults.
delivery.
Speak audio volumes. Adjust the volume levels of sound effects, dialogue, music, audio cue
Yeah, we're not
glossary.
gonna
Browse
adjust
and
those.
Listen to various audio cues. Screen reader. On. Screen
We
reader
could
and
go through the audio
cues.
cue glossary. Actually,
Screen
let's show it
reader,
off
audio
quickly.
volume, or triangle button. Interact audio cue. An audio cue that plays when
I'm not the biggest fan
triangle
of the button being
Interaction
displayed
is active.
first.
Traversal audio cues and combat audio cues can be enabled. Square button. Melee sweetener break glass. Screen reader
I
and
like
audio
that.
cues.
The fact they've
Audio
lifted
cue
it from
glossary.
Last of Us
Browse
2
and
is
listen to various
is
audio.
alright.
Screen reader.
Keeps
On.
continuity.
Screen read combat accessibility.
Right,
Alternate
combat.
combat accessibility.
Are we
button.
just
Enable combat
done?
accessibility.
Oh no, we haven't.
On.
Turn that on.
Hostages don't escape. Enable combat accessibility. On. Enables the combat accessibility settings. These settings are designed to make combat accessible for all players. As such, they can significantly alter the gameplay experience. Left and right direct hostages don't on.
So
On.
turn
Enable hostages don't escape.
Turn that on.
Allies don't get grabbed. Off. On.
turn that on.
Enemies don't flank. Off. Enemies on.
Turn that on.
Reduced enemy perception. Off. On.
Turn that on.
Reduced enemy accuracy. Off. On.
At least for the first playthrough.
Invisibility toggle. Off. Hold. Circle. Limited. Unlimited. Unlimited.
Unlimited power.
Weapon sway. On. Enables cam off.
I'm going to
Off.
turn that off,
Weapon sway. Off. Enables camera sway while aiming weapons.
just because that might be
Left
disorienting.
and slow motion. Off. Reduces game speed when enabled.
Slow motion's
When
fun,
set to
but
toggle use,
only at certain
touchpad
times.
Swipe right to toggle slow motion. Tinnitus sound. On. Enables an audio effect that mimics a ringing in the ears when in the proximity of an explosion. Enable combat accessibility.
Right.
On. Enables the combat alternate controls.
That is basically it.
Square button. Presets.
I can't remember what I used to
Select.
customize
Circle
for
button.
alt
Back.
controls, but you know, might not need to,
Accessibility.
especially for this demo.
Controls. DualSense.
Dual
Vibration.
sense.
Adaptive triggers. On. Enables adaptive triggers, which provide resistance when holding down L2/R2 buttons. Resistance is only applied when aim or fire are mapped to L2 or R2. Aiming only. Resistance when aiming. Firing only. Resistance when firing or reloading weapons, quick throwing, or using an item.
So
Left
for a
and right
lot of
directional
things,
button. Bow resistance. On. Enables adaptive triggers resistance when drawing the bow.
and then by contrast,
Left
that.
and right menu 10 range 0 to overall gameplay menu 10 range 0
Then
to
these are all
10.
little sliders.
Adjust the overall gameplay 10 range 0 to 10. Adjust the intensity of all gameplay controller vibrations.
See,
10 player actions 10.
yeah,
range,
I've never
0
found the
to
immersive
10.
the
Adjust
haptics
vibration
on the
of head melee,
DualSense to
10.
really
Overall player actions
You know,
10.
be that
range 0
sort of
to
strong.
10. Adjust the vibration intensity of vaulting, pushing, and other player initiated actions. Melee 10.
Melee?
Range, 0
Ooh.
to 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of player melee attacks. Gunshots and bow 10.
The good thing
Range,
is these are all
0 to
customizable.
enemy
I
attacks,
love that.
10. Range. Ambient weather 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of ambient weather effects, such as rain, snow, and wind.
Fun.
Environment events 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the vibration intensity of environmental events and destruction, such as explosions, crashes, and collapses.
Yeah, see, all of this is new because this is
Left and
built
right
for
directional
PS5,
button. Cinematics on. Enables vibrations during cinematics.
which is crucial.
Accessibility 10. Range 0 to 10. Adjust the intensity of combat vibration cues and navigation assistance. Combat vibration cues and navigation assistance can be enabled in options. Accessibility.
I've only just realised they've got two different TTS
Left and right
speeds.
directional buttons. Change.
I didn't
Triangle
notice that.
button.
As
Reset
in,
to
there's the
defaults. Circle
TTS that
button.
reads the
Back.
menus, and then there's the TTS that reads the descriptions. It's probably so they're comprehensible, which I totally get,
Speech to vibrations.
because not
on.
everybody's
When
used to having it
enabled,
read
spoken
at
dialogue
like
is also
massive
played through the
amounts of
DualSense
speed.
wireless controller as vibrations, allowing the player to feel how the line was delivered. Speech to vibrations intensity 10. Range,
Let's leave that on 10.
0. Adaptive triggers. DualSense HUD.
And I think
Subtitle
that
options. Extras.
is about everything
The Last of Us. Left
in
behind.
terms of the
Last of Us.
accessibility stuff.
Play the
But
main
let's go
story
in
game.
and do a new game.
Moderate, hard, moderate, light, very grounded, very light.
Let's go very
Explore
light
and
because we don't want to do
experience
grounded.
the most challenging and realistic experience.
Because that is not
Some mode,
locked.
HUD, and other gameplay
That just
elements are noted in
exists.
this very light. Explore and
Let's go
experience
very
the
light.
story. Start.
In true Last of Us playthrough tradition.
X button.
Partly because that was the way I started in
Select.
part 2.
Circle button. Aiming invert Y. Off.
Right.
Invert
These
Y. Lock on aim.
things.
Awareness indicate. Lock on
Lock
aim.
on aim.
On. Awareness
That.
indicators.
Good.
Stealth. In camera assist. On. Automatically reorients the camera in the direction of your movement.
Cool.
Select horizontal or vertical to limit assistance to that axis.
I would say
Designed
have it for
players
both.
who are new to action games or have difficulty using left stick and right stick simultaneously.
It's not that I have
Left
difficulty,
and
it's
right
just the
directional
fact that
buttons.
I don't know
Change.
where to
Circle
look.
button. Auto weapon swap. On.
Auto
off.
weapon swap. I'm going to turn that off
Off.
because I feel
Left and
confident
right
enough in my
directional
Last of Us
buttons.
skills.
Permadeath. Off. Permadeath
Definitely leaving
execution
that off.
challenge. Start.
Right, let's get to the actual demonstration
Button.
with
Select.
gameplay
Triangle
footage
button. Reset to
of The
defaults.
Last of Us
Circle
Part
button.
1's
Back.
accessibility features. The big one for this game being, of course, audio description.
White words appear over a black background. Sony Interactive Entertainment presents a Naughty Dog game. Cut to a darkened living room. A blonde preteen girl stirs as she sleeps on a couch. An unseen man enters the house.
Tommy, listen to me. He is the contractor. He's the contractor, okay? I can't lose this job.
He is on a phone.
I understand.
Has dark hair and a beard.
Let's talk about this in the morning, okay?
A lamp flips on.
We'll talk about it in the morning.
The girl wakes up.
All right, good night.
Hey,
Scoot.
She slides over as the man takes a seat next to her.
Monday at work, huh?
He leans back, then rests his head on his hand.
What are you still doing up? It's late.
Crud, what time is it?
It's way past your bedtime.
But it's still today.
A clock reads 11:49.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
She retrieves a small box.
Here,
She hands it to him.
What's this?
your birthday?
She sits back beside him as
It's
he opens
surreal having the
box to
speech
reveal a
play
gray
through the
wristwatch
controller
with a leather strap.
with the lines. It's an interesting
Complaining
extra.
about Broken watch. So, figured, you know.
He puts it on.
You like it?
Raising his wrist, he inspects the watch.
Honey, this is... It's
What?
nice, but I think it's stuck. It's not...
What? No.
She pushes his forearm away.
Oh, ha ha.
She lies down on the couch.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
Good. You started helping out with
Every time I hear that line,
Yeah, you wish.
every
He presses a
time, it's
button on a
funny.
remote, and the glow of a television washes over them. Later, the man scoops the now sleeping girl off the couch. They pass the clock, which now reads 1:31, as he carries her towards a staircase. In a bedroom, he lays her down over a butterfly bedspread.
The amount of detail is
He
actually
brushes her
pretty
hair
good.
behind her ear.
You know, considering they're working with existing cutscenes. And next sequence. There we go.
Hello?
Sarah, honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something...
Uncle Tommy? Hello?
And come on. Player
Navigation
control.
systems enabled. Press L3 button to face the camera in the direction of story progression.
So, yeah, to face the camera in the direction of story progression. I like that wording. Tells you exactly what you need to know.
Phone's dead.
Yep, the phone is most certainly dead because this is the post-apocalypse. So that's a great demonstration of the AD, though. That's a fantastic demonstration, that opening sequence. I know I talked over a little bit, but the fact of the matter is that, you know, very much fits into the existing cutscenes. They've crafted a script around it, clearly.
Oh, dang it. I forgot to give this to him.
And again, we see the return of the audio cues from Last of Us 2 with the triangle prompts and whatnot. And
Square button, read, circle button, put back.
the read prompt.
You're not a fossil. Yet. Happy birthday. Dear Dad. Let's see. You're never around, you hate the music I'm into, you practically despise the movies I like, and yet somehow you still manage to be the best dad every year. How do you do that? Happy birthday, Pops. Love, Sarah.
I feel like they've taken the
Circle
time
button,
to make that
back.
read properly. I'm not sure whether the speech has been crafted for individual things like that, but I feel like that's definitely
This audio
happened.
cue means that a triangle button interact prompt is available.
It's funny because they don't sound any different.
Dad?
Let's keep going. Let's actually no, let's leave the audio at
Daddy?
normal levels. I was going to adjust it so it was narrow dynamic, but I'm not going to. Oh, there was a thing over there we could have got. Oh no, I think it pointed us to that first.
L2 button, zoom.
Oh, it did,
square
yes.
Button, read, circle button, put back.
I'm not going to get this to read, but this, or I can start reading it.
Texas Herald. 300% increase due to mysterious infection.
Yeah, it does read the whole thing. So for longer collectibles like that, it will read the entire thing. And it does take you through a lot of these. It's funny because you don't feel like you're moving because the footsteps are so quiet.
What was that?
And then things like that happen. Actually, let me show
Options.
the audio.
Accessibility.
Hold on.
Difficulty. Control view HUD. Subtitle. This audio.
Audio.
Effects, dialogue. Music. What access screen reader.
Where's
Accept
our
cinematic
dynamic
accessibility or
range?
Screen cinematic descriptions. What dynamic range?
Oh, you can change the
Cinematic
volume of the
descriptions.
AD?
100 range.
Huh.
0 to 100.
Very cool.
Adjust the dynamic range. Auto.
Haven't done that
Medium,
yet, but
maximum, wide, medium, narrow.
let's turn on narrow.
Audio option.
There we go. Just by way of a demonstration. I can now hear the lovely footstep audio.
There's his phone.
And there was an L3 prompt there. Well, what sounded like an L3 prompt from Last of Us 2.
Photo audio language.
Let's,
Accessibility audio. Dynamic range. Mono or dynamic what maximum.
Let's set it
Auto.
back to
audio,
auto.
Language. Accessibility. Difficulty.
That's how easy it is to adjust any of these options, though, which is
Export
brilliant.
Option. Photo difficulty. Accessibility.
Even if we were to
Screen
go
navigation, motion
accessibility,
magnification and alternate control. Screen reader navigation and traverse. Screen combat audio traversal audio cinematic
Oh,
access options.
I keep
Photo
forgetting
mode,
I could
audio
easily
photo,
just
audio,
find
triangle
it
button,
here.
Square X button. Triangle button. Triangle.
Let's find L3. There might be spoilers, I apologise, in this menu.
L3 button. Hint. L3 button. Look at.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that look isn't described. Which is a shame.
8 missed calls. Where the hell are you?
Read.
Call me on my way.
Yeah, it's interesting. She
Square
reads
button.
that line,
Read.
but then you
Circle
can...
up 8 missed calls. Text message from Tommy. Where the hell are you? Call me. On my way. Circle button. Back.
Let's put that away. And there's actually an extra thing. I don't think it necessarily navigates you to this.
I'm going to be home late tonight.
That's a read
Go
prompt.
ahead and order food. See you in the morning. Dad.
Where is he?
So all of these little collectibles are reading. I like the fact that once you pass that trigger point, that happens. You've heard the dog barking, and then it's like, nope. I mean, that's not an accessibility thing, but it's definitely a neat little suspenseful extra.
There you are.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yeah?
Has anyone come in here?
Speaking of suspense,
No, who would come in here?
Don't go near the doors. Just stand back there.
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out. What's going on?
It's the Coopers. Something ain't right with them. I think they're sick.
What kind of sick?
that kind.
Jeez. Jimmy!
Dad?
Honey, come here. Come here. Jimmy! Jimmy, just stay back! Jimmy, I am warning you. Don't!
It's good because the dialogue speaks for itself. The sound design does as well.
You shot him.
Sarah,
I saw him this morning.
listen to me. There is something bad going on. We have got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tell me, come on. Come on.
Where the hell you been? You have any idea what's going on out there?
I got some notion.
Holy shit.
What in there?
You got blood all over you.
It ain't mine. Let's just get out of here.
This ain't half the people in the city lost their minds.
Can we just please go?
Some sort of parasite or something. You gonna tell me what happened?
Later.
Daddy? Hey. Hey!
Get back, baby. Get back.
Okay.
This audio cue indicates that you should press square button.
So, fast forwarding slightly, we have our first square prompt. Or prompts, I guess, plural. So it's good to see that that's been lifted, you know, directly from Last of Us 2.
Dad?
I'm here, baby. I'm here. Come on, give me your hand. What is it?
My leg hurts.
How bad?
Pretty bad.
We're gonna need to run.
And now
Keep us safe. Come on, baby. Now hold on
we
tight.
are in control. And now, when I
Scared.
Just keep your eyes closed, honey.
when I looked at this section before, there were a few, not this exact section, but in this area, there were a few pathfinding. Ooh, yep, a few pathfinding issues. So we might come across those as well.
We're on fire.
Don't look, Sarah.
Why are they doing that?
Just keep looking at me, baby.
But essentially, all I'm doing here is just L3 and holding forward, trying to make sure I don't get crashed into by anything. Hopefully, we might get through completely unscathed. Oh, yep.
Get back! There's too many of them!
Wilhelm scream, even in the post-apocalypse, or the apocalypse now as it is.
Go!
Nice cutscene. Well, not cutscene. You know what I mean. Oh,
Cue indicates that you should press square button repeatedly.
it's interesting actually because I don't remember seeing a
We're almost there.
hold
We're almost there,
grapple, not hold, a QTE hold thing
Keep going! Find
within
a way
that.
out of here!
But it still let me hold it down, which was good. Maybe it's just baked into the mapping. Oh, yep. There's pathfinding. Ouch. Yeah, occasionally that will just happen, apparently.
Come on! Go!
Uh-oh.
Move it!
Nope. Yeah, so this is one small problem. You can eventually get past it.
Go! Move it!
Uh-oh. Yep. It's interesting how you can just hear the enemies coming towards you. You can't do anything. They just occur. There we go. Gotta try and hope There we go. Third time lucky.
Get to the highway!
But it does work.
Go,
Sometimes
you
you
got
will
gas!
miss the
I can
entrance
outrun 'em.
points.
I will meet you there. Hurry!
Daddy, we can't leave him.
He's gonna be fine.
That's the only small issue I came up against when I played through this section before. Uh-oh. Yep, there's one. It's funny how they're back to back. I would dread doing this on any kind of permadeath.
He's gonna be fine.
Uh-oh.
We're almost there.
I think we made it. Well, through that
They're getting
section at least.
Dad.
We're going to be lucky. I'm moving the camera, the stick left and right, as well as to try and maneuver us around any geometry. Ideally, I shouldn't have to, but the pathfinding seems slightly odd in this part of the level.
Shut down behind Joel carrying Sarah. A soldier wearing a gas mask shines a flashlight.
But yeah, you can see already
For outside work duty.
how much this game benefits from, you know, the accessibility that Part 2 introduced. Absolutely huge. So just traversing through with the standard camera controls, keeping an eye out for collectibles, because if you don't, then you'll regret it later.
Citizens are required to carry a current ID at all times. Compliance with all city personnel is mandatory.
Look at that. Ration line hasn't opened yet. Must be running low again.
That tiny little control queue, using enhanced listen, you know, all of that is just second nature as an element of Part 2. And then, you know, just carries straight over.
Seems like more people are getting infected.
That just means more people are sneaking out.
I got us all new papers. They shouldn't give us any static up there.
So now let's keep going. Come on. There we go.
You see your IDs. There you go. What's your business here? Got the day off. Visiting a friend. All right. Move on through. Thanks.
Ooh, yep.
Get out of here, Joel! Close it up! Fireflies! Fucking shoot them! They're running!
Come on, let's get out of here.
Left stick backward. X button. Quick turn. Hold. L1 button to sprint.
I had already done it,
The surrounding
but that
area
doesn't matter. In terms of, I had already quick turn before the prompts played.
Attention. Checkpoint 5 is now closed until further notice. All civilians must clear the surrounding area immediately.
I mean, they can't AD.
So much
Well,
for the
it would be
easy route.
it'd be good if
Put
the
yourself up, all right?
smaller sequences were audio described, but
Up directional button. Health kit. 1. Equip health kit. R2 button. Hold to heal.
so it reads the prompts and it so kind of
We're gonna
catches up
close
with
all
itself.
Checkpoints. We're gonna have to go around the outside.
Outside the wall.
Or we could just let Robert go.
Cute.
There we go.
Hey, Tess, you see that shit?
I was there. Hey, how's the east tunnel looking?
It's clear. I just used it. No patrols. So where are you off to?
Gonna pay Robert a visit?
You too?
Who else is looking for him?
Marlene? She's been asking around, trying to find him.
Marlene? What do the Fireflies need with Robert?
You think she'd tell me?
Well, what did you tell her?
The truth. I got no idea where he's hiding.
Good man. Hey, you stay out of trouble, all right? Military's gonna be out in force soon.
Yeah, see you around.
So let's keep going.
Marlene looking for Robert? What do you make of that?
I don't like it. We better find him before the Fireflies do.
Because there should be, hopefully, collectibles around here soon to show that off.
This is us.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Shit's stirring up out there. How we looking over here?
It's been quiet. No signs of military or infected.
That's what I like to hear.
Joel, give me a hand with this.
And we have our interactable prompts, because why wouldn't we? Weirdly enough, it's not a hold. There we go. Well, that seems like it would be, but I think they may have just transferred the prompts over from,
Take it easy out there.
you know, from the original game.
There be light. These reeks. I need to watch what they throw away down here. Let's grab our gear.
Left stick forward. X button. Vault.
And there's a vault queue. There we go. And there's the
Backpack's still
item
here from
queue.
last time.
There's all very much similar to part 1, or part 2 rather. Get my parts muddled up
Not a lot of ammo.
with Last of Us.
Shots count.
But when they're all accessible, what does it matter?
9mm pistol. New weapon.
Alright,
R2
Texas.
button.
Boost me up.
Okay, so let's do a puzzle, some combat, and then we'll end the demo here.
Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Or there, I suppose.
Come on.
I will. Once you let me, there we go. Let's keep going.
Go on.
I mean, as a gamer without sight, being able to do any of this is brilliant, but being able to have it all in one package with a game that's 9 years old
Be careful.
is, you know, even better, even though the game technically isn't 9 years old because it's a remake. You know what I mean. Oh. You're not going to let me do that talk? Oh, hold on. Yeah,
Ain't
we
been
can.
out here in a while.
There we go.
It's like we're on a date.
Well, I am the romantic type.
You got your ways.
So actually let me navigate to that, which was good. Yeah, there is a lot of accessibility here. Of course there is, given it's all carrying over. But it does, you know, illustrate the difference between the original and
Where's the ladder?
this version.
It's got to be around here somewhere.
Be accessible for all players. Skip puzzle is available from
Puzzle! So find the interactable, because it's on the golden
Options.
path in this case. You going to let me do the... No?
Carry.
I'm pressing it. Hold on. Sometimes these can be a bit finicky.
Got it.
Bring it over.
There we go. If ever you get stuck with a thing like that, just move away from it and then try and go back to it. And it might work. Might let you through. There we go. Ladders. Yay.
First.
Left stick forward. X button. Climb ladders.
All relative.
This way.
And up we go. And always keep an eye out for items. Because over here... Oh. There we go. Over this way. That's why you set your scan range to the highest possible thing.
Use scavenged parts to upgrade your weapons at a workbench. 1. Parts. 2.
1 parts 2, it was only because I picked those up separately by accident. They're in like a little pile there. Let's keep going around
Click
here.
a free button. To toggle your flashlight, a pendant worn by members of the Fireflies militia.
Yep, so that's got a square read prompt as well. There we go.
1. Firefly pendant.
So those return. Very much a
here.
collectathon of sorts this game is. We'll be able to illustrate the
Robert's
combat in a
still got our
second as
guns?
well.
For his sake, he better.
Soon enough.
Look, once we get our merchandise back, it should be easy to unload.
Well, speaking of merchandise, when's that next shipment due?
Hold up. Spores.
Is he going to put his mask on while he's... Oh, brilliant. Nice. Just puts his mask on as he's walking over. You don't even have to
Place was clear last night.
stand still.
Coming out of something.
There's our culprit.
Body's not that old. Better keep your eyes.
I should be able to fit through here.
We can just interrupt our dialogue. Oh, yep.
You okay?
Yeah. Damn ceiling's falling apart. Be careful.
Jesus! Watch it, watch it. Help me. My mask broke. Don't leave me to turn. Please.
What do you want to
L2
do?
button. Aim.
So
R2
we
button,
have
shoot.
we have the option here, and we will take it for this tutorial. Well, this demo of accessibility. There's the head. There's the center of mass. Oh, we can't show the legs here, but the head is there. And there's the kill cue. And if I remember rightly, there we go.
2. Pistol ammo.
Gives you pistol ammo for your troubles, which you can then reload. So a good way to actually tutorialize aiming and shooting with a stationary target, should you want to. And there's a cue for crouch. And speaking of targets,
Hold L1 button to listen. With enhanced listen mode, press square button
And just,
while in listen mode
you know,
to scan for nearby enemies.
follow the tutorials.
Press L3 button while in listen mode to path towards the scanned enemy.
Bear in mind, I was not in prone
Crouch to
then.
sneak up on enemies
Well, not
and
prone,
press
invisibility.
triangle button to grab them.
Can we get this?
Jesus.
Oh no. I knew that one was coming. This second one. So no damage taken.
That's all of them.
Let's hope so.
That was very fluid.
Let's head back into the city.
In stark contrast to the original version of the game. I was going to say the previous version, but I suppose it was really. There's massive accessibility differences here, though. Ooh.
3. Pistol ammo.
Yep. So now we have extra ammo.
9mm pistol. Pistol ammo. 6. Loaded. 3. Reserve.
Yep. Not that we need it, but we have it. Let's carry on going. There's one final puzzle down here that we can show off. Oh, that's why we occasionally rescan for items, because they exist. Let's carry on going around, show one of these. It's a little locked door thing here. Well, not locked. It's a door. Oh. Creaky doors. Always scary. And there's a note, which once again does read. I'll just read the beginning of it.
Hey brother.
Yep, so that's just evidence that it does read. I know I only said 2 words.
Trying to sneak into the zone.
As much as everyone complains about it, yet all these poor bastards wishing they were living on the inside.
That's Ledgeguard, and I jumped because I knew what I was doing, in the sense that I knew it was a fool that wouldn't kill me.
Press R3 button to turn off the flashlight.
It's good that it tells you when you can turn it off. Through nice water.
Fucking hate the smell of the city.
Why don't you ask Bill to get you some of them air fresheners?
Hey, if they weren't expired, that'd be a good idea.
There we go. Audio cues.
After you.
Cover the entrance.
I got it.
I mean, admittedly, I am kind of speedrunning this,
puzzle
but
will not be accessible for all players.
you know,
Escape puzzle is
a
available
lot.
from
The good thing about
Options.
The Last of Us,
Menu.
you know,
Left
part
stick
2
hold, X button.
and this, is
Time.
that it has very much a consistent feel. There we go.
Damn it. Plank fell down.
Other than when the cues don't play, which happened on that first one, which is very odd. Don't quite know what was going on there. Come on.
Be a dear, would you?
I'll get it.
Right. Now we get to do the other kind of semi-traversal puzzle.
Carry.
Well, it's basically just the ladders, but just with a different object.
Here, pass it to me.
So it's interesting because there's no actual cue, but we can just... Oh, there is. Yeah, we can just drop it. There wasn't a queue
It's
when
a
I
bit
did this
heavy.
before.
I think I can handle it.
Could just be depending on when she gets there.
This puzzle may not be accessible for all players. Skip puzzle is available from the Options menu.
So let's carry on. And... Interesting if there was a puzzle complete noise. That'd be good. Then you know when you've actually successfully completed one.
I'm getting close.
Don't go there. Oof.
You are health 100. You are standing health 100.
Yeah, because that fall would kill me. Let me move back and see if I can hit the angle for that better. There we go.
Left stick horizontal. Balance.
It's only a short balance, but it's a balance. And... Oh, there was a thing over there. You can drop down.
Make sure there aren't any soldiers around.
Let's go.
Come on.
And we will end the demo once we get through here. That was actually smoother than I thought it would be. Let's keep going. Oh, and hold on. You're gonna... There we go. Press the button too many times. Yeah, that audio cue is new. And the thing about it is you can shoot that to then get a collectible, or you can throw an object at it to get a collectible. I would try to do it, but I have just given it a shot, pun intended, and haven't been able to get it. I don't quite know how I did it the first time, but yeah, that seemed a little inconsistent. I could just be doing it wrong though. Could be a knack to it that I'm missing. Ooh, that's going to just... There we go. And with that, we will end this accessibility demo here. I would like to once again thank Naughty Dog and Sony for the review code. I very, very much appreciate being able to show this off as a part of launch coverage for The Last of Us Part 1. It is an amazing game, a cohesive package. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's perfect in terms of the few tiny issues that I've found. You know, they can detract somewhat from your experience. But the fact of the matter is, this is a 9-year-old game that has been remade with accessibility in mind from the ground up, and it makes such a difference. So I hope this demo has been insightful, and if you have any questions about it, please feel free to let me know in the comments. If you want to see me stream this live on Twitch, I do so at the link in the description. You can find my Twitch channel there, as well as my Twitter and the Discord server that I use to announce my streams as well. So if you want to come and watch me, you can feel free to go and have a look there too. With that being said, I've been Sightless Combat. Have a great rest of your day, whatever time it is in your part of the world, whatever time it is where you are. Stay safe, take care, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.